Hello. Always carry some of this. It's funny because I started carrying this about a year ago. I was walking down the street and I was walking this way. There was a guy coming from this direction and we passed each other, and all of a sudden I started feeling really weird. And I kept going. Came across the street. He came right behind me. There was nobody on the street, a back street, right behind me. Scared me to death. I ran up into somebody's driveway and I touched their car. I thought the alarm would go off, and it didn't. And so I went up on their porch and I was going to demonstrate. My camera was hanging around my neck, and I pulled it up and I started acting like I was dialing it because I don't use, I don't use a phone. I don't use a cell phone. I'm still tethered to a old-fashioned phone, hello, it's Valerie, uh, at my house. And I was telling a police officer about this. Well, anyway, I went up to and I acted like I was calling, and I said hello, and yes, I'm outside. I was just thinking, like, the people are going to open the door and shoot me. It's just scared me to death. But I looked over and I could see his feet, his shoes, right next to the bushes. And it scared me to death. It's like, why would somebody on an empty street cross over, come right behind you? There's no reason to be right in my personal space. And I'm never afraid, when I'm out walking, but that really scared me. So I was telling a police officer the story, and ex-police officer, my neighbor, who is no longer a police officer, but ex. And so he gave me this, and I always carry it with me. I've never used it, I hope it works if I need it, but makes me feel a little secure, and I don't go back on that street anymore. I found out it was, I think it's a guy living down by the river under a bridge, and I don't know what his intentions were, but it scared me. So I didn't walk for quite a while, and but this spray makes me feel a little bit more secure. And I was just thinking about how old-fashioned I am without a cell phone. But then I saw that all the younger kids are going back to a flip phone because they don't want so much distraction, and they don't want, I'll wait for that to pass. I just heard a young lady say that her depression and her anxiety went away when she stopped using the iPhone, and without doing all the texting and constantly checking emails. And I thought, that's so sad. But it also got me to thinking about being like old-fashioned and how back in the day we just had 3 or 5 channels to watch. And when you were into, I was never into a lot of TV shows. My brother was raised more on television than my sister and I, but I never got into series and stuff. As a teenager and then as a young adult, I was too into life to be watching anything. But throughout the years, there have been times when I got into a series or a late night show or talk show or whatever. And it's funny because at that time, when there were so few channels, that it's just like we all had something in common. You could always find your group of people that say that we're into, like my sister was into Knots Landing, and so her and my aunt Dallas and Knots Landing, so they would have that to talk about, and have something to look forward to watching together, and other people who would be into, Letterman. When I was, 18 or 19, I got into that. And so then I had, some friends, and that would be always something funny that we would, talk about, stupid pet tricks or whatever we were, watching, whatever he was doing at the time. So it's just weird now with, so many channels, and you can talk to, well, an endless number of people, and no one is watching the same thing. I think it's funny always when I will stop to talk to a neighbor, and they start mentioning something like that you have, that you're aware of, and you don't, because you're doing something else. I'm usually on YouTube. That's where I find anything and everything I need on YouTube. It's rare. I do have Prime, and I will go on there and I'll start watching a movie, and it's just like, yeah, it doesn't hold my attention anymore. I used to be a movie fanatic, especially documentaries and foreign films, and now it's so weird. It's like none of that holds my attention anymore. So I think it maybe is just the uh, rapidness of videos, or I really don't know what it is, but I can tell that my attention span is decreasing. Um, Also, being an avid reader, um, and I really have to I have to commit to a book and make myself read it, because I just lose interest in books, really. Or I read and I'm through a chapter, and then I'm on to characters and I don't know who they are. And I go back and it's like, yeah, they were right there and I just read about them, but how quickly I forgot. Or just wasn't, I don't know why I wasn't absorbing it, but not. So it's just interesting with all of these, the changing technology and the way that we think and the way that we communicate. So um, I'm out for a quick walk, and I just wanted to say hi, and hope you're all well, and I'll really enjoy when I have some communication um, with you, and you know who you are, a few of my friends, a few of my internet friends. So anyway, I hope you're having a joyful winter. I hope you're having a joyful time and eating lots of good and healthy foods and getting tons of nutrition. Take your minerals, more important than your vitamins. And here's a squirrel. It's looking right at me. It thinks I got something to eat. Holy no, don't come over here. Don't come over here. Okay, you guys, the squirrel's going to attack me. I love you. Bye. And I'm still 60 and my knee's not hurting anymore. Woohoo!